fixture, an important game. It's a local derby as well, and it's the meeting of Longford and Roscommon here today in Glennon Brothers Pearse Park for this game. The two teams are already safely assured of places in the quarter-finals of the competition, but they will want to win today. We'll explain the reasons why as we go on throughout the course of the day, but really it's a day when the wind would be a significant factor as well. Let's start by giving you a check on the two teams. Both of these sides have beaten Kildare en route, and indeed there's two late changes on the Longford team, which was announced during the course of the week. Still plenty of experience in the Longford team. Ruth Jones will start in goals for them for this encounter against their near neighbours Roscommon. One of the changes is in the full backline, where Shauna McCormick does not start. Her place on the team being taken today by number 17 coming in and taking that place, Emer O'Brien from Longford Slashers coming in there. And the other change is at full forward, where number 18 Megan Job has been handed a starting role instead of Sarah Shannon. Two changes, as we mentioned, on the Longford team for this local derby. Well, let's take a look at the Roscommon side, who have also beaten Kildare. They've bounced back well after losing the Connacht final against Leitrim a number of weeks back. The big news for them is that Lisa O'Rourke, famous of course now in the sport of boxing as well, she's back to take her place in midfield. She scored 3 points in the game against the Lily Whites last week. She's in there along with the team captain Laura Fleming in the middle of the field. Jenny Higgins has been named at centre half forward. She'll be a big plus for them in there as well. Helena Cummins is an experienced goalkeeper. Rachel Fitzmaurice and Aisling McAuliffe have also been handed starting roles in the centre of the Roscommon defence for this particular match today. Well, it's a game with plenty riding on it locally, local bragging rights, but of course it's equally as important indeed for the two teams to try and finish as high up in the table as they can. Remember, coming into this match, the teams only separated on scoring averages. Longford's scoring difference is a little bit better. They're on +6 to compare to +2 for Roscommon. So what that will mean, in the event of the two teams finishing level here today, if it's a draw, the team that scored the most points will advance as group winners. But say, for instance, if the teams finished on 12 points each today, then courtesy of having a better scoring average coming into the game, Longford will be going forward as group winners. We'll explain more about that later on today. It may or may not come to pass. The referee for today's game is Brendan Rice. He comes from the county of Down, and he's the man in the middle for this game. It gives us an opportunity to bring in our co-commentator Mary Kiernan, a former Longford player, former Ballymore player as well, who finished off on a high at club level, winning the 2020 Leinster Junior Club Championship. It was a great way to go out.
Yeah, a surprise, I suppose, that our club got that opportunity. But yeah, the 2020 club final was played only last June. So yeah, super performance, nice medal to have. And but certainly the years I played with Longford, I enjoyed every minute of it too. So it's great to see that Longford have here qualified back. It's 8 years since they were in a quarter-final 2014, a long time ago. So now that they're, I suppose, both Roscommon and Longford will be both looking to secure first and second position here today, depending on their opposition against, of course, the Louth and Clare game in Group 2. Yeah,
Louth and Clare playing in Group 2 today. It'll be interesting to see how that goes as well. Remember, the winners of that will play the team that finishes second in this group, and vice versa. In many ways, is the pressure off the two teams now to a certain degree, knowing that they're already through to the quarter-finals of the competition. I know they're going to be playing for the local bragging rights, as we mentioned, and indeed to finish up as group winners. Now, sometimes finishing group winners, it doesn't necessarily guarantee you anywhere near an easy quarter-final draw, but one thing they will be looking to carry into the knockout stages of the competition is momentum.
Certainly, of course, each of them are looking for a back-to-back win there. Roscommon are coming off a good league. Disappointing provincial final for them, all right, but a win last week when Kildare were fighting for their teeth, they held on and secured that win. So of course Longford are coming off a good win last when they beat Kildare up in Newbridge. Now, any Longford woman won't want to lose a home game to the neighbours. So today is a vital win, an opportunity for Longford to get that back-to-back win for themselves.
Just to maybe look at it from the perspective of Kildare, they came into this competition as the defending Leinster champions as well. A lot would have been expected of them. So does it tell us a little bit maybe about the credentials of both Longford and Roscommon to be here, to be already assured of a quarter-final place and having effectively knocked the Leinster champions out of the competition in the group stages?
Yeah, I suppose it opens up all the podcasts and the predictions that was given away for Kildare this season. But you have to bear in mind that Longford only lost in 2 very tight games by a point, so there was very little in it the last game. So there's not much between these 3 teams, and I suppose each of them will want to get the win here, because winner plays number 2 with Loudon Clare, and that game kicks off in Cusack Park and at the same time. So we'll know before half 3 where who the quarter-final placings will be.
Well, just for the benefit of our viewers at home, it's a very, very windy day indeed in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park today. You mightn't be necessarily picking it up on the camera, but you will be picking it up on our mics here in the commentary position, and indeed on the effects mic as well. We're getting gusts of wind here, and it's threatening to blow everything to kingdom come. Hopefully it won't ruin the game, but definitely, Mary, it's going to be a factor.
It certainly is, yeah. I suppose Longford, I suppose they featured a lot of their half forwards. They played very well, turned over a lot of ball in their last championship round game against Kildare. Maybe had that little bit of a winning edge against Roscommon's game plan, but the crosswind and the kick-outs will be vital for both goalies here and their midfielders. I suppose we'll see this. Surprisingly enough, the 2 changes into the Longford team. McCormick and Shauna, she had a fierce game the last day at cornerback, and also Sarah Shannon done fierce well. So I suppose, but the good thing about it is these are players that's going to be on the bench, and they should be used in when they're needed.
It's an opportunity maybe to look at some of the other players that are coming in. Well, Longford are in their changed colours. They lost the toss for this, so they're playing in a predominantly white top with the blue trimmings, as you can see there. Roscommon in the famous primrose and blue. That's a quick check on the Longford team that are lining out for this match here today. They're going to be playing from left to right in the opening half, and even before throw-in, you can just see how much of a significant factor that the wind is going to be here for this game. The referee in the middle of the park getting ready to throw in the ball. Remember, the winners of this game will qualify as group winners. If it's a draw, well, it's the team that scores the most points today. They will be very much hoping to advance as the group winners in that particular scenario. We'll explain more about that as the game goes on, but right now the referee getting ready to get us underway. We should be underway shortly here in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park, the home of football in Longford, and the referee throws in the ball and away we go. Possession here early on being won by the Roscommon team. As we mentioned, they're going to be playing from left to right. That's Lisa O'Rourke back from the boxing competitions and doing really well for Roscommon as well. Ginny Higgins from Clonagale playing it down inside to the forward line. Early opportunity here. The team captain pushing right up there as well. Laura Fleming's there, comes the shot. It comes back off the upright. Real worrying moments there for Longford right at the start of the game, but their defence have got a number of players back and they're able to deal with it. Comes out there as well to Mairead Reynolds. She's the midfielder. Whistle sounds of the referee, and that's going to be a free in and an early let off for Longford, Mary.
Yeah, I just pick up there. Mairead just made the unfortunate double block in there, so free in again here for Roscommon after they doing the great turnover by Mahini. Niamh
Feeney is pushed up there from the St Mary's club as well, wearing number 7. Roscommon are throwing a lot of players forward in the early exchanges. Mairead Victory was there to cut it out though for Longford, and it's an opportunity for them to build now from behind their own 45-metre line. Interesting start to the game here in the first few minutes of this game, still under the minute mark played, but the two teams giving out early signals that this could be an entertaining match. Ball played downfield there by Louise Monaghan. She was wearing 15. It's gone inside there to the corner forward. Michelle Farrell is looking to get some early possession here. She's a player that Longford are expecting big things of. Louise Monaghan involved again in the mix, decides to play it back outfield as Longford now look to, well, slow down proceedings, and now they're going to lob the ball in long and direct into the inside forward line. Somewhat of a hopeful ball has gone out over the sideline, and a sideline ball for Roscommon back there. Rachel Fitzmaurice watching it very carefully and taking the sideline ball quickly, and Roscommon now have the opportunity to build again with Fiona Tully deep in her own half of the field. Gets that passed away to the team captain Laura Fleming from the St Crohn's Club in the Ballintubber area of Roscommon, right on the border with Galway. Ball played down into the team captain again. Fleming has made a great run. Longford haven't picked her up. She's 21 metres out. She gives it in there to Natalie McHugh. Back in it comes here to the centre half forward, Ginny Higgins, who finishes at the ball brilliantly in there to the back of the net. It's a goal for Roscommon. It was a super team move. It flowed right up the field, and Ginny Higgins was at the end of it. Mistake by
Longford here. A ball went out over the line. Roscommon took the sideline, counteracted, and 4 or 5 passes, and Jenny was there to finish at the end.
Yeah, great start indeed for Roscommon. They lead by a goal to no score. They've looked for that early momentum. Lisa O'Rourke gives the ball to Jenny Higgins again. Back to O'Rourke, tormenting them to Higgins. Lovely 1-2 between those players. That's a somewhat high pass in there, but it comes to Laura Fleming. She slows it down. She's got a player running off the shoulder. Once again, O'Rourke involved. Now the shot is going to come in from Aisling Handley from distance, and that goes in and over the bar. And Roscommon have now got their opening point of the game. It's 1-1 for Roscommon. It's no score for Longford, and Roscommon's movement is troubling Longford early on.
Yeah. Anytime Aisling Handley gets on the ball, she's a very sweet left foot. So our backs would really want to tighten up now.
Yeah, the girl from Kilbride, absolutely unmistakable, but that white helmet was on the Roscommon minor team that played in the Connacht final this year. Lost that to Sligo after a free-taking competition down in the Centre of Excellence, the Connacht GA Centre of Excellence in Bacon, and still a fantastic prospect and a wonderful senior National League campaign for Roscommon as well. Here comes Emer Heaney bringing the ball forward here now for Longford. They perhaps need the next score just to settle them down a little bit. Again, they got it into Sorka Dawson. It comes back out here to the centre half forward. Clodagh Lohan trying to take on the cover here of Roscommon. Plays that diagonal ball inside. It was a good idea, just didn't come off. Referee has spotted the infringement in any case and has blown the whistle. Well, I love the intent of the attacking there from Longford. That diagonal ball, so difficult to defend if it comes off.
It does, yeah. Just the timing was wrong. So lucky enough the hand was up, and the frees would get the chance to come back and have her free off it.
Yeah, they're going to get that free, and it's an opportunity for Michelle Farrell from Columkill to get their opening score of the game. Decides to go short, probably a significant factor, the wind in that decision. She's got the opportunity now from the 14-metre line. Still Michelle Farrell onto the left boot. She makes no mistake this time. She gets it in and over the bar. Longford are up and running. Michelle Farrell, well, great awareness of mind. She probably was a little bit concerned about the strength of the breeze. Decided to go short, took the 1-2 from the free and took an excellent point.
Yeah, very wise move there. So it was settled, and that'll settle Longford now into the game. It's time for midfield to start holding tight, because Roscommon seem to be each time their two half-backs are supporting the runs from midfield here.
And now they got the ball into Natalie McHugh again. A nice interchange of passing by the Roscommon girls brings them into an advanced position. The ball comes here to Fiona Tully, leaves it to the full forward. Natalie McHugh inside, back out to Ginny Higgins, already with a goal to her credit. You can put her down for 1-1 now. The Clonagale player, well, for many years she would have been maybe one of the marquee forwards, but there's so many other wonderful players in that Roscommon team now. There's a fine support cast in play, and she scored 1-1, and Roscommon lead by 1-2 to a point. So the kick out coming once again from the Longford goalkeeper, Ruth Jones, down to the goal to our left, preparing to take it. It's an interesting, an interesting situation that you've mentioned there in relation to midfield. That battle been won by Roscommon, you could argue, early on.
Yeah, it's just that the two half-backs of Roscommon, Feeney and Roisin, have both been really supportive and first-time ball, and the wind doesn't seem to be a factor at the moment for them. They're making contact with their target each time.
Yeah, the passing has been excellent for them. Longford, remember, have got a point on the board themselves. It's still very early stages in this match. Just 5 minutes gone here, and they've got themselves the free. Now, will they go short with this one again, do you think? That's exactly what they're going to do. Ball played down inside towards the inside forward line for them. Once more they were looking for Lohan at the end of the move. Did well to retrieve that situation and get the shot in under pressure. The umpire is going for the white flag. Second point of the game here for the home team, and once again they've worked the free short. They got it into a much better position, and they've got their second point of the game. Yeah,
Lohan there, yeah, smart again. 1-2 with her again with Farrell, and Lohan got the chance to run at the defence and squeezed her way in a very tight angle, and a great point taken.
Yeah, good score indeed for the home team. Roscommon come right back into it. Aisling McAuliffe, she's a player from Strokestown now, playing it over on that far side of the field. Roscommon moving the ball well here in the early exchanges of this game, but still their lead just a one-score game, 3 points between the teams. And again, it's going to be Longford who break there, and Claire Farrell using wonderful pace over the far side of the field, dropping that one in, but well gathered by Rachel Fitzmaurice, experienced fullback from the St. Kieran's club. It comes down here to Michaela McHugh, one of the McHugh contingents from Kilglass, and their dad Michael as well, heavily involved in the Roscommon GAA scene. Now it's Roscommon who bring the ball forward, and they work it into an advantageous position again. Laura Fleming, the team captain, has started well. Great move again here for Roscommon. Oh, there goes the shot. It just goes the wrong side of the post. What a movement there. Natalie McHugh, I think, was inside, and Roisin Wynne had pushed right up the field and had caused endless problems to Longford.
Lucky there. Now again, let's see, Roscommon have bringing Caroline Conway has gone back from corner forward, and she's playing as the extra defender, and that's helping the distribution for Roscommon attacking forward.
Yeah, it's an extra player up there, an extra body on that attack, and it's making a real threat indeed to the Longford goal. A let off for Longford, but Roscommon have won possession again. They've won themselves a free almost immediately. Well, have they won themselves a free? The player has gone down injured. In fact, it's going to go the other way. It's a free to Longford. It looked for a moment there, it could have gone to Roscommon. I think it was Roscommon's number 4, Rachel Brady, who was up there, who picked up that knock. She's just down at the moment receiving some treatment right down under the commentary position here at the minute. I'll be hoping that she's okay. The referee has stopped the play. And indeed, it was Rachel Brady, as you can see there, their number 4, picking up that little bit of a knock. So she's okay. She's back up on her feet. And once again, is going to resume with a free for Mairead Reynolds, the Drummond player from Longford, their midfielder, looking to survey and see what options are going to be available for her. Longford very much taking the wind into consideration with a lot of their frees early on. This one has been pumped poorly into the middle of the field, easily cut out there by Laura Fleming for Roscommon. Laura Fleming breaking right up the field. She might look for the return pass here if Niamh Feeney can get it to her. Ball comes across now towards the near side. The shot from Fiona Tully goes in and goes all the way into the lift of the post, and wide opportunity for Roscommon there. Failed to take it. Fiona Tully was the player who was on the end of the move, Mary.
Yeah, and a good ball in. She's Crawford here is Katie Crawford's marking her here in the way, right. This on this side here.
Yeah. And it's it's just showing very interesting the way the tactical setup has gone here in the game thus far. Ball again comes out towards the 45-metre line, and again it's won there by the Longford team. Katie Crawford, who you were just talking about there, big job in her hands this afternoon. She's won that free, however, takes it quickly, slots it back into the centre, and now Longford build again. They're growing in confidence here. You can really sense a little bit as it goes along. Eber O'Brien, one of the players who had started the game, taking the 1-2, bringing it up to the 45-metre line. The pass goes into Michelle Farrell, has looked impressive and dangerous early on in this game. Still as Michelle Farrell has it here. Looks to cut inside the 21-metre line. Her jersey was being pulled. Plays the ball back to Emer Heaney. Back to Farrell again it comes. Plenty of patience here in the Longford build-up play. They're looking to try and prize an opening here from somewhere. Farrell was going forward. Here's their other corner forward, Louise Monaghan, transferring the ball back outside her. Still there's that chance of a score here if Longford can get it. Michelle Farrell moving with real intent. She might have even goal on her mind. Whistle sounds from the referee. It's going to be a free in. Well, the direct running of the Longford girls there somewhat troubling the Roscommon defence, and they were happy in the end to give away a free, you sensed.
Yeah, you see there's a tight zone on the Roscommon, and this game now, that in the first half their half-back forwards are actually tracking back and making it very difficult for the little hole to be seen for the Longford attack.
Michelle Farrell is the player who is going to take the free from Colm Kill. A point to her credit already. This is one you would expect her to put over the bar, but again the conditions is definitely a factor here in the game today. She kicks it off the right boot, keeps it low, kept it too low, and indeed they save it. Well, we did kind of put the health warning just before the free that the wind is a factor, and I think it's a major factor shooting down into that goal, Mary.
Yeah, it could barely even got 15 metres on that one. Yeah, so it has a big pulling, and she'd have a great powerful shot, but
yeah, I think she was just trying to not make sure that the wind took it and it not hit it with any great height, and maybe overcompensated with reducing the power in the kick, and all those angles maybe led to it not turning out to be a score. In any case, Longford come again. Victory bringing the ball forward. It'll be important for them to make sure that they stay in the game here in the opening half. The conditions will be very much more advantageous for them in the second half. Katie Crawford offloading that ball quickly outside her. Again, Longford making steady progress with the referee awarding the free to Roscommon, and an opportunity now for them to break again. Aisling Handley will be one of the players who'll be looking to get the ball to up front. Fiona Tully has kicked it exactly towards Handley. We were expecting that development to take place. Handley looking to take the return there from Ginny Higgins. Still Roscommon have it. The Kilbride girl is Handley. She plays the ball outside her once more to McHugh. Higgins, lovely interchange of passing once again, and the shot eventually coming in from distance. Plenty of height in it, and it's gone in, and it's gone over the bars. Another point for Roscommon. They lead here now at this stage, commanding lead for them. 1 goal and 2 points for Roscommon, and 1 goal and 3 for Roscommon, and 2 points for Longford.
Yeah, and there was 2 or 3 there in the Longford. The block should have got in. But
still a good finish nonetheless.
Yeah, they played it round well, and they found the player just on the right to get the shot off.
Yeah, they managed to get the shot off, and they managed to take it really well. It was a good move again. They moved it right up the field there, and they were able to get the score. May have been Natalie McHugh maybe in the end that finished it off. We'll confirm that a little bit later, who got that point for the Roscommon girls. But anyways, the ball brought forward by Longford, immediately pumped downfield for them here. Here's their centre half forward, Clodagh Lohan, trying to trouble the Roscommon defence. Lohan needs support outside her. The support is there. Inside it goes from the midfielder, Mairead Reynolds, and Mairead Reynolds takes the shot, and it just tails out there to the lift of the post and wide. Another opportunity for Longford, and really against that wind, goals could be so significant.
Yeah, it was a super opportunity, and a lovely fast ball by Lohan. Laid it off to Reynolds, but just didn't make the contact, and missed opportunity. All right.
Well, what an opening 12 minutes we've had to this game here. A hugely enjoyable match between the two local derbies, or two local rivals, separated by the Shannon in this local derby here once more. and Longford breaking up that latest attack there that Roscommon were able to put inside. A real, I suppose, a Shannon Siders derby, you could say, here today. Michelle Farrell bringing the ball forward, right up to the opposition 45-metre line she goes. Gets it to Katie Crawford, and again is played inside there. Yeah, Claire Farrell inside, and McGinn Farrell gets the ball back. Emer Healy was there as well. Whistle sounds from the referee, and it's going to be another free in. Well, in fairness to Longford, they have to walk the ball short, but the big problem for them is so far is that Roscommon are conceding the frees well outside the scoring zone due to that strong wind.
Yes, and like normally in these, like Farrell will be well fit to put these points from 35 metres out. So Emer's moving on to it now, just to see can get the right touch on it.
Yeah, big kick coming up here for Emer. Let's see what she can do. She'll be just inside the D when she kicks it, strikes the ball in. It goes in there from Emer. That's again is tailing out to the left of the post and wide. Another wide there for the Longford girls at the moment. Now you're keeping a tab on the wides. How are they going so far there?
Yes, Longford only have the second wide.
Second, yeah.
And Roscommon, it's two apiece.
Two apiece, 2 all on the wide tally thus far. The kick out will come over to the goal to our right. Helena Cummins, the Roscommon goalkeeper, wind assisted, gets that kick out away just past her own 21-metre line. They'll be quite happy to make sure that they retain possession and build once again here from the back. The team in Primrose and Blue playing in their familiar colours this afternoon. Natalie McHugh is their full forward, plays the ball outside her now. Roscommon again moving into this short interchange and play. Fiona Tully has been key in the build-up play so far today. Still it's Fiona Tully racing forward there. Whistle sounds from the referee. He spotted where the infringement took place, and that's going to be another free in and another opportunity now for Roscommon to keep the pressure on the Longford goal. They lead by 1 goal and 3 to 2 points here. And a score up, as you can see there from some of the other games today. Wexford 2 goals and 5, Leitrim 7 points. That's the latest scoreline in that particular encounter. Leitrim, for them, unfortunately not going any further in the competition as the ball comes in there from Jenny Higgins. Lost to Wicklow, lost to Offaly already in the 2 previous rounds to this. Meanwhile, back here in Glennon Brothers Pearse Park in Longford, the home team with a little bit of work to do. They trail here at the moment by 2 points to 1 goal and 3, but they're moving the ball forward with more intent now. Emer Heaney has it for them. Kicks that left-footed ball, kept it low as you would do in conditions like these. The Roscommon backs looking to get out ahead of their markers there, but great determination from Lohan to win it back. Lohan did really well there to win that back. Plays the ball outside her. Claire Farrell once more running here with real speed up to the 21-metre line, up to the 14-metre line. She sensed there could be a score on here. This is an amazing run. The referee has blown the whistle. Oh, it was overcarried, he said, and it's going to be a free out. Well, what a run there from the Longford girl. She went right through the heart of the Roscommon defence. Time seemed to stand still, but the referee said she overcarried it.
Yeah, it seemed to be she carried it near the end, but unfortunately she didn't have the support off her right shoulder, and that's where she was looking for.
Yeah, someone to give that.
But a super run anyway for Claire Farrell, because she make that run from 50 yards.
Absolutely. In these conditions, probably the way that Longford now are very much thinking on their feet out there at the moment. Roscommon come again. That's an indication just how dangerous the opposition can be here. They got the ball to Fiona Tully, Roscommon once more. The girl from Kilbride lobs it down there towards Aisling Handley once again. Her clubmate, good understanding there, and you can sense those two every time they get in possession. They're looking for one another. Jenny Higgins from Clonagale back to Fiona Tully, right up on the attack now, tries to play the ball in between defenders and goalkeeper, but has gone out harmlessly wide for Roscommon's 3rd wide of the game. Just sum up what you've been watching so far. Obviously the wind a factor here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, the Roscommon seem to have started the sharpest by getting the run in Longford and taking the 2 points for play. But Longford seem to be settling in now. It's just our half-backs are being pulled right up because Roscommon's half-forwards are coming into defend.
Another latest scoreline as well, as you can see there in the game. Carlow 2 goals and 3 against Derry in that match, and we'll come back to that. We'll confirm that scoreline in just a couple of moments time. Now let's elsewhere. Back live here with the action once more. Here come Roscommon again. This time they've walked the ball in there to Caroline Conway, playing club football with Ballybowden now, moving forward, gets the pass inside to Handley once more. It's going to be an opportunity here for Aisling Handley. Does well to try and scoop the ball out of there, but the Longford defence very much alert to the situation. Eber O'Brien back there to cut out the danger from that most recent attack. Gets the ball forward here. You can just sense Longford are beginning to get get a little bit more of a foothold in the game here as it goes on. Michelle Farrell slowing it down, not going to kick the ball away wayward in those conditions. Possession absolutely crucial here for Longford to hold on to it. That comes back to Mairead Victory. She's the midfielder. To Farrell again. Look at her go here. 45 metres out from the Roscommon goal. Longford trying to walk the ball in, but well anticipated back there. I think it might have been Roisin Wynne who just went in there to win that one back, and that's going to be a free out for the Roscommon girls. Well, you can sense exactly what Longford are doing. You can see what they're doing there. They've taken the conditions into serious consideration with all their attacks up the field. They're trying to play the ball as short as they can, but it's using up a lot of energy, it must be said.
It is, yeah, because Roscommon seems to be coming out at the right time and time in that defensive tackle. Just see Emma Doors there, or full back. She took a shake there after dispossessing Hanley in the last attack for Roscommon, but she's up and running and back on the back playing again. Yeah,
it just shows that a huge amount of energy is going to be inserted into that when you're playing against these conditions, and Longford will be hoping that when they have the wind in their back in the second half, that the energy levels will be there maybe to kick for home. The importance of the bench could be significant today as well.
Yeah, certainly, but I suppose this time of the year everything needs to be sharp.
Yeah, that's it.
There's not many weeks to fix it.
No, it's a condensed season.
It's a great run here by Crawford again. She made 3 super runs last week and set up a wonderful point from play. So
yeah, and she took the return again there, 45 metres out, grounded unceremoniously, but the ball does come back there to the midfielder, Mairead Reynolds. In any case, player from Dramard going forward once more. The referee has blown that whistle. It's going to be another free out. It'll be frustrating for Longford, the amount of frees that they're conceding in that particular zone. Back to Helena Cummins, the Roscommon goalkeeper now, venturing out from her own goal mouth, well out past her own D. If you're watching our coverage yesterday from Hastings Insurance, McHale Park in Castlebar, it was a very common feature as well, the way the goalkeepers were deployed, particularly by Tipperary, when it comes to tactics like that. Ashleen McAuliffe is the centre half back for the Roscommon team, plays it there to Natalie McHugh, playing in a deep position despite wearing number 14. McHugh, the girl from Kidglass-Gales, situated in Rooski in County Roscommon. That's always going to be a free against her there for the use of the hand in that particular instance, and that's going to be another free there for Longford. The foul on Emer Heaney, who was in there again, getting the block in.
Yeah, she tried to go through her there, but Fairdue's teamers shook it off, and Longford win the free here. Reynolds in midfield again.
All right, back once more here with the action live in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park. Ball back with Claire Farrell again, getting inside the 45 metre, or towards the 45. She's gone by it now. Good running in here once more from Claire Farrell. She's looked really lively, getting that pass away once more. Opportunities here now for the corner forward, Michelle Farrell. Plays the ball outside her there to Mairead Reynolds. Mairead Reynolds, the midfielder, running through. Whistle again sounds from the referee. And again, it's going to be another stoppage and a free, which is going to be awarded this time to the Longford girls. Just a correction on that score. We have so far Kerry Ladies 1-3, Galway 1-3, and Derry a point. Carlow 2 goals and 3. Some of the latest scorelines from the matches that are taking place around the country today. And again, just one interesting connection between these teams here right throughout the course of the game. So once more, we're just waiting to see what's going to take place here from this particular free for Longford. Ball driven in there again by Farrell. Again, an awkward one with that breeze, and again it's gone out to the wrong side of the post and gone out wide. Chances coming, chances going, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's nine minutes now since we had a score. So
just dried up ever so slightly, haven't they, for them at this particular moment in time, but still a long way to go, and no doubt about it, as we mentioned there, the wind definitely proving to be a major factor in this particular match thus far. But still a long way to go. Once more, Longford on the attack here, managing to get the ball down inside towards their inside forward line. It goes again. Roscommon are there and they're able to break it up once more. They're going to work the ball short out of defence here, the Roscommon girls. And down along this near side was their cornerback, Rachel Brady, who was moving forward. Here's Fiona Tully. Tully's distribution of the ball has been absolutely magnificent all afternoon. Michaela McHugh, the player to benefit from it in this latest attack. Now they've walked the ball into Jenny Higgins again. She can really make things happen. So can Laura Fleming. Look at Fleming go and get the shot in and takes the point. Well, it was a rasper of a shot. Anything could have happened. It went over the bar as opposed to under.
Yeah, Fleming got a lovely pass off Shine coming through and didn't rush it, took the extra step and secured the point.
Took it really well. An interesting connection between these two teams here today. A sub on the Longford team is number 24, Ella Duggan from the Clongish club. Her dad, Derek, was a former Roscommon inter-county senior footballer as well. Back in the 90s, he'd be well remembered from scoring a fantastic goal in the All-Ireland semi-final against Meath in 1991. Indeed, he was part of the Roscommon management team in Croke Park yesterday, but living now in the Longford area, Clongish's club, and Ella will be a real prospect there as well. Indeed, her brother Jack, a prominent footballer in the Longford underage teams as well.
Ella's a fine underage footballer, and she has had wonderful performances. She featured in Longford's provincial and All-Ireland successes in the last 3 seasons at half-back for Longford. Fine footballer, and it's great to see her on this team.
Longford's gain in this instance, isn't it? That's the beauty of local derbies. And right now we're going to just wait for play to get going again. The referee has the chance to take that drink from the bottle. Laois 1-4, Tyrone 2 points. Later scoreline as well from the Intermediate Championship. A huge day. Massive games taking place in the TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Championship. The Senior Championship getting underway yesterday. And of course we're looking at finals being played towards the end of July as well. So it's very much going to be a condensed season here for these teams at inter-county level before the players will return to club action with their respective clubs. Somewhat wayward ball coming out of the fence there from Longford. It's going to be won back again here by the Roscommon ladies as they build again. 22 minutes gone and 50 seconds in the opening half. Remember, Roscommon have the wind. Laura Fleming is the player who brings it forward. Looks around again just to see what options are available. Plenty of support runs been made by Roscommon. That's been an impressive feature of their game. Niamh Feeney is the wing back, attacking on that far side of the field. Plays it in there again towards Aisling Handley. Handley has it once more. There was so much pressure on her during the league campaign for Roscommon. Some of the other big guns are back. Ginny Higgins now bringing it forward. Still Higgins, 21 metres out from goal. Longford finding it difficult to stop her. Higgins has to kick it in the end. Somewhat wayward kick. And Ruth Jones was there to take it. The Longfordian goalkeeper able to cut that one out and clear it again to the far side. And once more it's going to be Longford's opportunity to build from the back again. Our apologies with the sound maybe of the wind that you're hearing in the background. But it's just one of those days here in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park. Very, very windy, difficult for all concerned, including the players out there as well, and particularly for Longford in the opening half. They've been playing against it. Roscommon have won back possession here. Opportunity for them is to go forward with Roisin Wynne, the girl from Boyle. Eventually it comes over here towards the direction of Fiona Tully. Tully now approaching the 21-metre line, gets her passed away. Once more, possibilities for Roscommon. Back it comes to Tully. Now can they get some of the finishers on the move this time? Roisin Wynne continued on up in the attack. A right-footed shot from Roisin Wynne, the wing back, showing the forwards how to do it, and she has got her opening point of the game. Well, she was hugely involved in that move, the girl from Boyle, and took the score really well. That's the danger of backs coming forward. When you drop too many players coming back, a lot of these wing backs can score nowadays.
Yeah, great score from Wynne there. She played with Laurie Fleming, done the 1-2 back with her. She's seen the space and got the shot in, and it just creeped in a yard in.
1 goal and 5 to 2 points now at the moment. 6 points. Is it going to be significant enough for Roscommon? We'll have to wait and see. Elsewhere, another team in this region, Leitrim, really finding it difficult against Wexford. They trailed by 1 goal and 8 to 3 goals and 6. Wexford team, again, a lot expected of in the Intermediate Championship this time round. Lost to Kildare in the Leinster final, but Kildare, unfortunately from their perspective, not advancing from this group, beaten by the 2 teams that we're watching here today in Longford and Roscommon. Now Longford with Louise Monaghan, team captain again, playing it down here over towards Mairead Victory it comes. Now they decide to put a little bit more power in the inside ball going in, but still they're 45 metres out from goal. Emer Heaney with a lot of work to do here. 3 Roscommon players converge on her. Does well to get the pass back to Farrell. We know she can run and take on defences. Here she goes again. Roscommon, 2 players coming in on her. Roscommon's pressing game has been excellent so far in the game, forcing Longford back. Emer Heaney has it, moving towards the 21-metre line, gets the fisted pass away, looking to get it in there is Clodagh Lohan. Lohan trying to cut through here from a difficult angle. Lohan is really troubling Roscommon. She gets the shot away. She takes the point. Well, she's the second scorer of the game. She's a difficult player to stop. She was in a very acute angle, but cut in field and took a wonderful score.
Oh, yeah. Great ball in. Farrell found Heaney, and Heaney gave her a lovely pass in, and she ran at them right on the sideline. Well, and when Lohan goes, she's as jinxy, and was able to feature it in and take the point off the outside of the right boot.
Well, that goal that the Roscommon ladies are defending in the opening half, the scoreboard there, as indeed it is on the screen, telling you that it's Longford 3 points, Roscommon 1 goal and 5 at the minute. So 8 points for Roscommon, 3 for Longford. Just 5 between the teams here. And once more, it's Longford who come on the attack again. Look at Louise Monaghan go. That score has lifted the Longford spirits. Plays the ball outside her. They're really troubling Roscommon when they run at them here. and the ball squared right across the middle. Dangerous ball. Emer Heaney still looking to get on it, succeeds in doing so. Here's Lohan in on goal, still Lohan, and they got the shot in, and it's found its way into the back of the net, and Longford have got that crucial goal.
Yeah, great goal. I think it was probably Aisling Conway's first touch on the ball, but anyway, she got the ball in, gave a great ball in, and came in off Emer Heaney, and she set up got the layoff to
Clodagh Lohan was in there,
Clodagh got the finish on it.
Clodagh got the finish to it, and a goal that they needed at that stage. Well, that has really opened it up here now at this stage. 1 goal and 3 to 1 goal and 5, just 2 between the teams here, and that has totally changed the entire dynamic of the half-time team talks from both managers. Roscommon were in a good position after having played at the wind, but Longford now have it all. Well, everything got momentum at the moment, but here come Roscommon. Ashley McAuliffe again bringing the ball forward. The next few minutes here are going to take on huge significance for Roscommon. They'll want to build up a little bit of a lead here before the half-time whistle sounds, but in any case, Longford looking to finish strongly here in the opening half. Somewhat loose clearance out of the fence, easily picked up by Laura Fleming. The Roscommon team captain plays that ball outside of there to Michaela McHugh. Out now to Fiona Tully it comes. Fiona Tully going forward. Possibilities here once more now for the Roscommon ladies, and Michaela McHugh is the girl who has it. Still is McHugh moving towards the 21-metre line. Gives the ball to Natalie McHugh, and Natalie has the shot. That's a good response. It's one that they needed. Natalie McHugh, the full forward from Kilglass-Gales, 2 of the full forward line have scored inside now for Roscommon, and they lead here by 1 goal and 6 points for Roscommon, 1 goal and 3 for Longford.
Yeah, great response there after our goal. Roscommon coming back and getting that point. Took the time, got the shot right on it, but just it came off a turnover in Longford's defence.
Yeah, that was exactly it.
Directed on it.
Yeah, they certainly did make full advantage after they overturned the ball there, but the ground here in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park, good crowd in for this local derby. Great to see some of the youngsters warming up as well. They'll be providing the half-time entertainment here. Wonderful initiative this by the LGFA to make sure that the girls, the stars, the future inter-county footballers of tomorrow get their opportunity to play on the big stage here at half-time.
Yeah, we have 7 under-12 ladies clubs, and most of those kids are after coming from national or Longford Community Games finals in Ballymahan, so they get their opportunity to play for 10 minutes here at half-time.
Absolutely, and brilliant to see. Here's Fiona Tully. She could play at any stage as well. This one goes out to the lift of the post though and goes wide. 4th wide I make it for Roscommon in the game so far. Well, we're going to have one hell of a second half, there's no doubt about that. We've got a minute of normal time remaining here, and you can really see, I suppose, the way that goal, the body language of the Longford players has lifted them significantly, that goal. Yeah,
just before the goal, you see Longford's backs were just getting on top. Jenny Higgins was overturned twice. Keegan done a great job on her twice. She shielded her away, but Roscommon taking that point now will settle them back into it. Longford needs to...
Yeah, Jenny Higgins again looking to try and get something going for Roscommon late here in the opening half, but Longford are able to cut that one out. Comes as far as Emer O'Brien from the famous Longford Slashers Club. The O'Brien name synonymous with Longford Slashers. Now it comes out towards Mairead Reynolds. Lobs it well downfield. Awkward hop on that one. Rachel Brady has lost out on it, and now there's an opportunity for Louise Monaghan running forward here. Comes across to Michelle Farrell. Still is Michelle Farrell onto the left boot. Deadly accurate in these positions, and she's got another one, her 2nd point of the game. Michelle Farrell, it was a bounce that deceived Rachel Brady, and once that happened, it opened up significantly for Longford.
Yeah, it bounced nicely into Emer Heaney. She read it well, held it up, played to Farrell, and Farrell got the 30-metre run on it, and just looking to get the finish.
Look at Laura Fleming go. This game has really picked up a little bit of intensity now, and Laura Fleming to Handley outside, or Aisling Handley again taking on a couple of her markers there, getting the shot away. Has it got enough? It has. It's in and over the bar. It's point for point at the moment. 2nd score for Aisling Handley, and Roscommon come right down the field and get a hugely impressive score from the girl from Kilbride.
Yeah, straight away, and Handley was able to play the little jinx on it and bought herself a yard, and took a lovely shot on the left side.
Wonderful score indeed. Now we're well into those at injury time at the end of the opening half. Some more games to bring you updates on. Longford 2-15, London 2 goals and 7, and Offaly a goal and a point. Wicklow 3-3 in a big Leinster derby as well. Here come Roscommon. Speaking of local derbies, they're in here again, and there goes the shot, saved by the goalkeeper. Back out to McHugh, and it's in the net this time. Oh, it was an opportunity there for Roscommon, and it came back kindly for Natalie McHugh, and the girl from Kilglass-Gales has scored a crucial goal on the stroke of half-time. It's Roscommon 2-7, it's Longford 1-4, and the Longford defence undone late on.
Yeah, super save there. Just Jones got her hand to it, read it well. Two of the Longford defence in, just somewhat, just didn't get their hands on it, and they Roscommon got a neat shot on it.
Back to McHugh, and you really would feel sorry for Ruth Jones there. She made one of the saves of the championship so far. The way she dived down there, got a strong hand to it, but unfortunately for her, the rebound came straight back out. The half-time whistle has sounded from the referee, and the full forward is in at the right place at the right time. Natalie McHugh, she finished it to the back of the net. It's Roscommon 2 goals and 7. It's Longford 1 goal and 4. Well, those goals were hugely decisive, and they came at crucial stages. Give me your thoughts on the opening half and what you've seen here so far, Mary. It's been a hugely enjoyable game.
Roscommon seemed to have got a sharper start to it, got 2 or 3 points in play, goal settled them right into it. Longford didn't have to claw themselves back into it, got the 2 or 3 points, then took off it. Did actually 2 chances of goals, and Ray Reynolds missed that open shot and overcarried in by Lohan on the line. But then when Lohan got another run on it, came rightly in and brought back to a 3-point game with the goal that she scored. But with the fight in Roscommon, they went straight back down, got a point. Longford replied with a point, and but Roscommon taking that goal just before half time now has given them that little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
We're gone into a 6-point advantage for Roscommon, but that wind had a huge amount to play for it. So
Natalie McHugh and Ginny Higgins have got those crucial goals for Roscommon. There was a crucial one in there as well for Longford in the lead up to half time. That certainly brought them right back into it, kept them really going, and again, Clodagh Lohan hugely significant in that particular move. So it's all to play for here at half time. It's Longford 2 goals and 7. It's Roscommon 1 goal and 4. We've got second half coverage to come very shortly. And you're very welcome back to Glennon Brothers Pierce Park in Longford. We're getting ready for the second half of this game. There's the half-time scoreline. Longford 2-7, Roscommon 1-4. Elsewhere, or Roscommon 2-7, Longford 1-4. Elsewhere, Offaly 1-2, Wicklow 4-3, Fermanagh 2-15, London 2-7, Laois 1-8, Tyrone 2 goals and 5. Some of the scorelines from the Intermediate Championship right around the country. Significant weekend indeed in the TG4 All-Ireland Ladies Intermediate Football Championship for 2022 as the ball is thrown in and away we go for the second half. Longford immediately now on the attack, and they'll be certainly looking to make a bright start here to the second period of play. They've walked the ball down to their full forward, Sarah Shannon. Early exchanges here of the second period of play. She'll be definitely looking to try and get 1 or 2 scores early on. Was under a little bit of pressure there. The referee going in and awarding the free to Longford. It was interesting just looking at some of the stats at half time. Some of the big problems for Longford in the opening half was the amount of possession they were losing round midfield. Roscommon were losing it there in the forward line as well. That's a change, is it, there for Longford as well that we're seeing?
Sarah Shannon has come in for Megan Job, which was due to start Sarah Shannon, but no, so Job is off and Megan is back in.
So Sarah Shannon, who was due to start the free in any case, kicked in by Michelle Farrell, and Michelle Farrell has kicked that one in and kicked it over the bar. It's the opening point of the second half. It's our 3rd point of the game, and Longford now have got that score that they needed just to kickstart the revival here in the second period of play for them. It's Longford 1 goal and 5, Roscommon 2 goals and 7, and Longford in again here. Dangerous moments. Once more the referee allows play to continue, and the shot goes in and it's finished off into the back of the net. And Sarah Shannon, what an introduction from her just on the field, and Longford have blitzed Roscommon with 1-1 at the start of the second period of play, and here they go again. This is unbelievable. It's Michelle Farrell through. It's another one. Oh, would you believe it? Another goal for Longford, Michelle Farrell, and this is an unbelievable start inside a minute and 23 seconds. It's raining goals in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park. It's Longford 3-5, it's Roscommon 2-7. We haven't had a chance to describe what has happened. Mary, do your best. 2 goals for Longford. Take it away.
Yeah, super turnover there. See, Heaney made the second goal off it, turned over the ball, fell, got up, made the play. Roscommon somewhat let her be, thinking it was going to be a free out, but Roscommon no counter.
Here's Laura Fleming. Roscommon have been shell-shocked at the start of the second half. Laura Fleming knows that they need a score. It's not coming in this attack. It's gone out for their 5th wide. Well, Longford at this stage now, well, 3 threes are 9 and 5. It's 14 for them against 2-7 for Roscommon, 13. So they're leading here by a point. What a dramatic turnaround right at the start of the second half, and those goals absolutely crucial. Here's another scoreline. Fermanagh 2-15, London 2 goals and 7. That's a result, a full-time scoreline from that game from earlier, 2-15 to 2 goals and 7 at the scoreline there at the moment. But really, the start that we've had here to the second half, well, some of the spectators were hardly back in their seats when Longford have hit 2 goals right at the start of the second half. half of play. They look a different team. Here they come with Emer Heaney now on the attack again. Referee blows the whistle. It's going to be another free in. Well, one or two of the Roscommon players were talking to the referee, as you've seen on camera shot as he was coming off there at half time. Well, you just wonder what's going through their heads at the moment. Katie Crawford down again here. It's once more, it's Farrell, and Michelle Farrell has hit another one in. Well, Michelle Farrell, what's her personal tally for the game? Unbelievable stuff from her.
Yeah, well, she had 2 points in the first half. She starts getting 1-1 straight away.
Yeah, so that's unreal from her. 1-1 right at the start of the second half from her, adding on to that. So that's a real wonderful display indeed from Farrell, and that has certainly now at this stage very much put the cat among the pigeons here. Longford have built up a little bit of an advantage for themselves. Roscommon with it all to do. Here comes Sinead Kenny, their number 2 going forward. Gets the pass ahead there to Laura Fleming. The captain is leading the Roscommon revival. Laura Fleming inside the 21-metre line. Still Laura Fleming gets the pass away. They continued on with the run up there from Sinead Kenny. Can she get a score? She put plenty of height in that one. It's in and it's over the bar. They've pulled one back here, Roscommon. They're still in this game. They have to regroup. They have to settle themselves down a little bit. It's 3 goals and 6 for Longford, 2 goals and 8 for Roscommon. We're back to a 1-point ball game.
Yeah, Roscommon, of course, leading into the second half at a 6-point win, and Longford, within a minute and 23-4 seconds, had turned it over to a 1-point advantage to themselves.
Some swing, isn't it?
Yeah, super. Yeah, that's the difference now in the wind. And of course, Longford know themselves. Their forwards, the 6 forwards haven't clicked. Sarah Shannon coming in.
Is in as well. I think number 19 for Longford. They've obviously brought her in as well at the interval there. Roscommon with some defending to do. Niamh Feeney has gone back there to cut out that one for them. She has it deep on her own half of the field, just outside the 45-metre line. Plays the ball forward there. Ball comes in again there towards Laura Fleming, and that change that you were just saying there, Shauna McCormick, I think, is it the cornerback, or is it number 17? It's number 17. Eber O'Brien is the player who has made way for Longford, so that's the change there. The wind continues to be a factor. Apologies again if you're hearing some of the interference at home, as Michelle Farrell, who has been in electric fashion here at the start of the second half, runs forward, but this time it's going to be a free out ball over carriage, and Roscommon have had the opportunity here now maybe to settle themselves down a little bit with everything they would have talked about at half time, maybe particularly from a Roscommon perspective, would have gone right out the window at the start of the second half. Ollie Lennon, their manager from Pádraig Pearse, is in his first full year in charge of the job, watching here now as Laura Fleming comes forward, their captain. Again, there's going to be a whistle blown from the referee, and again it's going to be another free in, but goals can definitely change the entire direction of how games are going. That's gone back there to Niamh Feeney once more, approaching the 45-metre line. Takes the 1-2 with Laura Fleming. There's Feeney onto the ball, 14 metres out. Still it's Feeney. Longford have surrounded her. She tries to get it back to Jenny Higgins. Jenny Higgins is working so hard, goes to ground under the pressure from the tackle. Referee going in, giving a clear indication what happened, and it's going to be a free in from just outside the 21-metre line. Now, Longford had some difficulty in kicking frees from this distance against the wind in the opening half. Let's see what it's going to be like for Aisling Handley, the player from Kilbride. 2 points to her credit already. Throws up the little blade of grass just to give her an indication of what the angles of the wind is going to be, and already, as you can see, maybe well, it could be an issue of cramp there for some of the Roscommon players. Handley kicks in the free, and it's gone in and it's gone over the bar. She judged it to perfection, her 3rd point in the game, and Roscommon have weathered the storm to a certain degree here now, and it's Longford 3 goals and 6, Roscommon 2 goals and 9. The teams are level. This could be a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's nice. It's certainly there. Yeah, Roscommon, I know they had a Longford after a fierce fast start. Longford, I suppose, unlucky there to concede that free. Higgins was smart enough. She held in the arm and won the 14-yard free, and that takes them back level again into the game. And
Laura Fleming, as you can see there, is the player who was receiving the treatment. Looked maybe as if it was cramp early on, and you could probably understand why. She has absolutely ran herself into the ground here for Roscommon. Thankfully, she's up and running. She's okay, and she's going to be playing a significant part for Roscommon, it seems, for the remainder of this game. Again, the kick out coming from the Roscommon goalkeeper, who is from the Longford goalkeeper, I should say, Ruth Jones, who has taken the kick out short in this particular instance. Now, Roscommon beat Kildare last week 4-10 to 2-14. Longford beat them 3-9 to 1-9, but there's an overturn in possession here, and Roscommon have the ball once again. Going forward there was Fiona Tully for them. Referee once more has blown the whistle. It's been a lot of stop starting. Well, we're just talking about some of the stats at half time, where Longford lost a lot of the ball in the middle sector of the field. Roscommon were losing a lot of ball up front in the opening half, playing against the wind now. That's something that they're going to have to eradicate out of their performance. If they get limited ball against the wind up front, they're going to have to make the most of it.
Yeah, you'll see now to see will Roscommon have the same difficulty here on the freezers, kind of kicking into a strong wind.
Yeah, they've
gone
gone
short again on it.
Well spotted. Higgins to linking up with Flemings. Jenny Higgins has the ball inside. She'll fancy a score from here if she can just get it onto the right boot. Couldn't get the shot away. Gets the pass to Handley. Back to McHugh, and there's the shot in from McHugh, in and over the bar. The player who scored the goal just before half-time, Natalie McHugh. Good point indeed from her. Roscommon go back into the ascendancy here at this stage now. It's Roscommon 2 goals and 10, a total of 16 points. Longford 3 goals and 9, a total of 15. One between them. Roscommon with their noses in front. So the kick out taken once more. Possibilities here now for Longford to try and build up from the back once more. Their wing back there is Claire Farrell. Farrell has had an excellent game from them. The crowd out in the terraces here beginning to move for the cover of the stand in anticipation of another shower that doesn't seem to be too far away. Mairead Victory playing that ball outside her. It goes inside there to Sarah Shannon, the full forward who was introduced at half-time, making a big difference. And now there's going to be possibilities once more. Longford recycling the ball. The shot eventually coming in from Shannon. I think it was at the end of the move. Yeah. And she's kicked it in and kicked it over the bar. Sarah Shannon has made some introduction after being introduced.
Yeah, 1-2 off it. Yeah, super. Like she's a right-footed player, but she can equally off her left, which is lovely to see in the game.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful to see a player of that calibre, of that skill coming on, and she certainly is making a difference here for Longford. So we've almost 9 minutes played in the second half, a game that really has ebbed and flowed here right throughout the course of the game so far, and it's level. And right now Roscommon with some defending to do in their own half of the field. Good block down there, but it falls kindly for Laura Fleming. Gets the clearance away down this near side. Chasing back together is Mairead Reynolds, the midfielder, or rather Mairead Victory, the midfielder for Longford, just inside the 45-metre line.
Some tussle there with Mairead Reynolds and Fleming for the hour so
Isn't
far.
There? Yeah, and Ciara Mulligan, as we mentioned, one of the subs that Longford have brought in as well, very much involved in the mix. That's a really interesting
battle. Reynolds is getting away there now from Lisa Rourke.
She's playing well. And look at Sarah Shannon go again inside the 45-metre line. Place the ball outside her here to Claire Farrell. It was a great move to bring Shannon in at the interval as well. Now they work it over towards Aisling Cosgrove. Cosgrove playing the ball forward to Michelle Farrell once more. Here's Michelle Farrell on the edge of the D. Gets her pass there again to Claire Farrell. Kicks her on the other side. Yeah, somewhat ambitious kick. In the end, it's Rachel Brady who comes away with it for Roscommon on the far side. The rain beginning very much now to be a factor here as Roscommon go short. Lisa O'Rourke needs no introduction. World champion boxer. Back to Rachel Brady it goes again. Roscommon now with McHugh in possession, looking to see if they can penetrate to the fence. Sinead Kenny has been an attacking presence, and they've got it in here to Fleming, and she's through, and she's finished it brilliantly to the back of the net. That's a captain bang on form. What a goal for her. Laura Fleming, advantage Roscommon again, 3-10 to 3-7.
Yeah, the patient enough build up. Fleming was key to that, opening up the defence. She had 3 passes on the ball before it was laid off to McHugh to finish it neatly to the left post. Yeah,
wonderful finish indeed for her. Took it really well and made an absolutely magnificent finish into the back of the net there, Ernest. So 3 goals and 10 to 3 goals and 7. Right now, the kick out once again coming here from Ruth Jones. Ruth Jones, now the goalkeeper, strikes that one out right-footed over towards that far side. It goes the main stand side here in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park. Spectators in there being somewhat well cushioned and sheltered a little bit from the conditions that we're experiencing here. Really, the wind and the rain has been a factor in the game, and again, apologies for any impact that the wind is maybe interfering with your enjoyment of this broadcast, but the game certainly is very, very enjoyable to say the least. Here come Longford, Ciara Mulligan bringing it into that midfield sector once more now as Longford look to try and move the ball with real urgency, but they've overhit that one out over the sideline. It goes, hits the dugout as well, and that's going to be another sideline ball there. And another opportunity here for the Connacht team. Roscommon, a team that were beaten in the Connacht Intermediate final by Leitrim this year, beaten by the same opposition. Remember back towards the end of 2021 as well, when they lost the Connacht final from there. Let's update you on some of the other games from across the country. Derry 2 points, Carlow 2 goals and 9. A later scoreline that we have to hand from there. Here's Shannon. Here's the Longford full forward. Inside the D she goes. Still moving with good purpose. Roscommon really finding it difficult to stop her. And that's going to be another free in. Well, maybe she was injured. We don't know why Longford didn't start her, but she's made some impact after coming in there, Sarah Shannon.
Yeah, I suppose when you're anxious and you're watching a game for 30 minutes on the sideline, you have a lot of thoughts in your head. So, yes, it's a key role, and to fight back and win her position back in the team again.
Michelle Farrell is going to be the player who is going to kick the free for them. Referee just coming over to this near side. Roscommon have introduced their number 17 as well, Ellen Irwin, the player from St. Foyles.
Seems to be McHugh making her way.
McHugh making way. one of the changes that they're making. Chance as well for the Roscommon management team. John Kennedy, of course, involved. But Ollie Lennon, as they look to see what they can spring from the bench here. There'll be a lot of legs used up, a lot of power used up. Now we have a full-time scoreline from another neighbouring county from here. It involves Leitrim, and they've been beaten by Wexford 3-10 to 2-11. Leitrim really battled back there, well, to reduce that in the second half. But it's the Slaney Siders who eventually emerge with the 3 championship points on offer there. Leitrim's campaign ending somewhat disappointingly. Free coming in for Michelle Farrell. From just at the D, Leitrim saving themselves some relegation as a result of having won the Connacht Championship. Down, already relegated. Here comes the free, dropping in dangerously and dropping in and over the bar. And Michelle Farrell has pulled another one back there for Longford. It now leaves the scoreline. Longford moving that little bit back. 2 between the teams at this stage. So very much all to play for. 3 goals and 9 for Roscommon. And 3 goals and 8 to 3 goals and 9. Just 1 between them. Yeah, so that's the change there at the moment. So 3 goals and 8 to 3 goals and 9. Just 1 point between the teams here at this stage of the game. So it's nicely set up.
It is, yeah. Well, I suppose we're only what have we now?
Yeah, just
13 only gone in this second half.
Yeah, very much all to play for, and just 1 between the teams. So that's an interesting stat here, to say the least. Meanwhile, Claire Farrell in possession again, gets it across there to Michelle Farrell. Again, taking on the defence. Michelle Farrell just outside that 21-metre line, checks her run, gets her pass away. The midfielder again, Mairead Reynolds, carrying it forward, goes to ground on the 14-metre line, and a good defending inside there from Rachel Brady, who has complemented attacking runs with solid defending at various stages of this game as well. Roscommon looking to emerge out with the ball. The referee has given them the benefit of the doubt. It's a free. They've gone back to, well, Rachel Fitzmaurice was initially going to be taken short, but too quick for the referee's liking, and back they have to go.
Mairead Reynolds is lucky enough there. There was 2 defenders holding her back, but the ref was closest to it, so no free given. Yeah,
that's okay. Let's see what's happening elsewhere. Laois 3-9, Tyrone 3 goals and 7. Scoreline, as you can see there on screen, so 3-9 to 3-7. Laois leading against Tyrone. Meanwhile, it's back live with the action here once again. Narrowest of margins between these 2 local rivals here in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park in Longford. The home team trailing Roscommon, but only just. Meanwhile, Roscommon coming the attack here once more. Niamh Feeney is their number 7, their wing back.
Well, enough game actually for Niamh so far.
Yeah. Just been, I suppose, it has a lot of defensive duties to do. That's Mairead Reynolds moving forward there with real intent. Again, the whistle sounds from the referee. And again, we're going to have another free. Well, for Longford now, they'll want to get back level as quickly as they can. And with the wind in their backs in the second half, if you were to call it at this stage, if you were to put the money on the line and predict a winner, where would it be going?
It's a bit early now for that now. We've full 15 minutes of championship ball to be played.
Yeah, it could go either way.
And at half-time, it seemed that Longford had a little bit of a wind in the first half, so we're not sure. It seems to have chilled out a bit. It lifts up and down. Yeah,
well, Eber Healy, again, the player who's trying to get that one forward. Longford have recycled it back out there. Reynolds, eventually it comes out to Mairead Victory. They're lining up here if they can just get a finisher on the end of the move. I think that's Michelle Farrell over there on the far side, shooting from distance, but unfortunately from a Longford perspective, shooting wide. Well, they were trying to set it up maybe for a natural finisher to come in and try and land it over the bar for the equalising score. Chance came, chance went, and again it's going to be Helena Cummins here with the restart, the cool boy for Roscommon from the Michael Glavies club in Roscommon over in the west of the county. Looking around just to see what options are there. More changes you're seeing as well coming in. Number 19, Lauren Shanaher. I think it's the player who is going to be introduced from Northern Harps. And indeed, she has come in there and will be hoping to make an impact as well for Roscommon at this stage. Some more score updates. Limerick 1-4. Antrim 6 points. Busy day right across the country as the LGFA Championship continues to get into full swing. Meanwhile, Longford again moving forward here. Once more, Michelle Farrell in a position where she could level the match here. And Michelle Farrell has landed it over the bar, much to the delight of the home fans here in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park. Well, in fairness, Longford have dominated the last few minutes and that score has been coming.
Yeah, nice turnover there from the freeway. Mairead Reynolds is coming into the game. She's on top now herself in victory. So I suppose it's key she'll let win these kick-outs. And Conwell was very patient there, laid off Farrell. Farrell got the stride ahead and was able to make space for the shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very much a rear guard action for Roscommon in the main against this gale force wind here in the second period of play. Despite them getting the goal from McHugh again in the second half, Longford have really very much come back here, now beginning to get to grips defensively with what the Roscommon forwards have to offer as well. That's given them the platform to get players free and get players moving again on the far side, the main stand side of the field here. Longford have favoured that side a few times for attacking play. They've also worked the ball in there. I think it was Emer Heaney trying to cut her way in field. Referee has blown the whistle, spotted that there was a foul inside, and it's going to be another opportunity here for Longford to continue this sustained period of pressure that they have in the Roscommon goal. And you can really tell physically it's taken it out of the Roscommon defenders. It's been a main rear guard action for them in the second half.
Yeah, you see there, Heaney's really, she was 2 on her there, and she won the ball, but Shannon found it with a lovely low ball on the 35-metre line, and Heaney fought her battle and won her free. Limerick
won 5, Antrim 6 points. Another scoreline there coming in from elsewhere in the country today. That's going to be a free for Emer Heaney over on the far side. Rain falling here all the time in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park. Strong wind as well. Farrell again, yeah, they've gone short on it. Now they've walked the ball out to a much more central position. That's better, and that's got in, and that's got over the bar. Michelle. It was a well-worked score. Michelle Farrell again, the player to take it. Really took it well, slotted it in between the posts, and despite the difficult conditions, Longford now have hit back and indeed have taken the lead. 3 goals and 10 for Longford, 3 goals and 9 for Roscommon. Significant scoreline indeed. Just to remind people, if the teams finish level here today, it'll be the team that scores the most points in this particular game will go forward as the group winners. If that fails to separate them, say for instance to finish on 3-10 each, well, it's the team with the higher scoring average in the entire championship campaign. We knew coming into the day's game that Longford were ahead of Roscommon on that stake. Just to let people know, because it is going to be a close one, it is going to be a nail-biting conclusion here to see who's going to be going in first and second as the 2 qualifiers from this group. But Roscommon aren't finished yet. They're on the attack once more. Again, it's Lisa O'Rourke who tries to bring the ball forward. They're just finding it difficult to make any type of traction over on that far side. Wind against them. Ball played back in again to Aisling McAuliffe. Now they're working it along the near side to Sinead Kenny. Sinead Kenny moving towards the edge of the D. Plays the ball back outside to the 45-metre line. In towards Hanley it goes. Longford getting the grips on her well as the second half.
Came in to see a corner back, tightened up that area.
Yeah, has really tightened
Ryan
up.
was caught there at half-back line.
Yeah, and you can just see there that Shauna McCormick, probably the right type of player for Aisling Hanley, sticks as tight as glue and really marked her very closely, didn't she?
Yeah, I mixed it there. I always mix up with Caoimhe and Shauna. Yeah. Caoimhe's a leaving cert. We have 3 leaving certs in Longford unavailable for selection. Roscommon have 2 today. But Shauna McCormick really tight. She loves that 50-50 contention, and she got Hanley on that one straight away.
Lohan has set them up here for another score. They're in again here, Longford. An opportunity there for Emer Heaney. But again, full credit to Helena Cummins. She has kept Roscommon in the game with that save.
Yeah, it was came right there in on the line, 50-50. So she made she seemed to get.
She's injured herself in the process as well. Well, the Roscommon goalkeeper went down bravely there and made the save. They're going to have to get some treatment on for her, but it was at the near post. You'd expect keepers maybe to make the save at the near post, but nonetheless she came out. She had her angles measured to perfection. But once more, that Longford running game, and it's happened time and time again in the match where they're able to get inside a defender, cut in along from the sideline, in along the in-line, and they've opened up Roscommon a couple of times by doing that today.
Yeah, I suppose we're only 20 minutes into the game, but Longford's runs are a lot more penetrating, and we have to take a break there for our camera. We've got the rain here in Pierce Park, so we just got a little shimmer on it once Roscommon goalie Helena was getting it attended to.
Yeah, well, she got that treatment to just give us an opportunity there to get some running repairs on the camera with the rain that's falling. James Condon, as always, working the magic here, making sure that you can see the pictures live from Glennon Brothers Pierce Park today. A somewhat difficult afternoon. You could describe it really as a typical Irish summer's day, but we're having a match here that's keeping everyone entertained. Just a point between them. Roscommon are 1 down, and they're on the attack with Roisin Wynne, far side of the field, the girl from Boyle. Roisin Wynne playing it inside there. Here's Lisa O'Rourke. Now, can she deliver a knockout blow, if you pardon the pun? Still Lisa O'Rourke moving forward. O'Rourke gets the shot inside. Oh, and it goes across the face of the goal. It was touched on the way out. It's gone out for a 45. Well, it almost was a knockout blow from Lisa O'Rourke, above all people.
It was, and then you had Aisling Hanley coming in and just unlucky to didn't get the touch on it.
Yeah, well,
I suppose Roscommon are very lucky that there's Lisa O'Rourke, this fine performances she had at the World Championships last month, and it's great to have that she's joining the team.
Yeah.
But today, Mairead Seems to have the better of her. That's probably the first time we've seen O'Rourke really on the ball in a drive and run.
She was in fantastic form against Kildare last week, scored 3 points in the game against the Lily Whites as well. Roscommon decided to go short with the free on this particular instance, and again the ball is walked over here towards this near side of the field. Breaking away with it there is Aisling McCullough for Roscommon. Now can they finish off here with a score? Shoot some distance, but it just goes out to the wrong side of the post, and it just goes out wide. Well, there was the opportunity there again. They just failed to take it. Conditions again a big factor in it. 3 goals and 10 to 3 goals and 9. We've got about 6.5 minutes remaining here.
Yeah, great run in there by Aisling McCullough from centre back, but just
yeah, just couldn't take the finish on it. Well, as you can probably hear, a lot of the spectators have congregated round the back of the stand, the back of the area even we're doing the commentary from. A lot of the younger supporters here offering plenty of encouragement here. You could almost say we've got a somewhat partisan home crowd here in Glennon Brothers Pierce Park for this match. They're loving the way this is going forward. Mairead Victory is the midfielder there for them, for Longford. Plays it across there to the far side. Again, it's that patient build-up that Longford have deployed time and time again. Emer Heaney has looked dangerous where she's cut in field on a number of occasions. Roscommon are going to be making sure that they get players back to deal with her today now. 21 metres out from goal. Let's see what they can do. Could there be another score here? That ball is kicked in from distance right across the face, and it's in and it's over the bar. It was some finish there, wasn't it? Brilliant from Michelle Farrell again. Wonderful score.
Yeah, lovely. That's two. That's her second one off her weaker foot. But it doesn't come to weaker foot from Michelle when it comes to championship. The bubble is in the body now, so it won't, and everything will work.
No doubt about it. 3 goals and 11 to 3 goals and 9. Just 2 points separating the teams here. But significantly, Longford have the breeze. They really came back well in the second half of this game, aided and abetted by 2 goals right at the start of the second period of play. Lauren Shanaher is one of the subs that's in there for Roscommon as well, wearing number 19. But Longford now very much with the wind at their back in the second half, and that ball is played down towards Emer Heaney again. Possibilities for Emer Heaney onto the right boot this time. Gets her shot away. That's tailing out to the left of the post, and it's tailing out wide. It might be one that she would have been expected to take, but with just over 5 minutes to go, Longford 2 points in the ascendancy here. Quick kick out taken again towards Niamh Feeney. Too quick for the referees like it. Well, he's been consistent on this right throughout the course of the game there. And again blows that whistle and just make sure that everything will be ready. And there's a change taking place for Roscommon. That's why he held it up. Sarah McVeigh from the St. Barry's Club is the player who is going to go in. So big movement indeed for her. Big occasion once again. And again, they're going to be making 1 or 2 switches there. Roscommon are going to try and take off some of the players inside there that had started the game. And I suppose
Kathy Conway there started the corner forward, but really played as a sweeper. She's McVeigh is coming in to probably take into the centre back role. She did the same last week with 15 minutes to go.
Caroline Conway from Ballyboard, you're right, the player who has been called ashore there. Now let's see what's going to happen for Rachel Brady on the far side. Almost getting to an instance where Roscommon might have to be thinking about, well, could they need a goal maybe to get themselves in here? It's just difficult to see them getting enough of points in the game the way it's going at the moment. It's limited possession that they're able to secure past midfield, and Longford look very, very assured, look very much like the team here that might perhaps go all the way on and win this one. Here they come on the attack once more. Again, it's Michelle Noonan, I think, is in there. Shauna McCormick is inside. Lots of changes been made. Ball been kicked in by Mairead Reynolds. A dangerous one dropping down in towards the full forward line. It goes once again. More possibilities here for Longford. Once more they're able to recycle the ball back out there towards the centre half forward, Clodagh Lohan, but Roscommon have overturned that one and they break down the field. Ginny Higgins, she's from Clonagale. She's operating much too deep for a lot of the liking of the Roscommon followers at the moment, but they probably just need to get her back there just to get her into the match. Roscommon again with Higgins in possession. She goes to ground under the weight of the tackle. That's going to be a free just outside the Longford 65-metre line, and Roscommon now have to move it in, but their forwards, their marquee forwards, a lot of them are drifting deep. They're really getting it very, very difficult to get the ball inside the Longford 45 at the moment.
Yeah, I suppose Longford half forwards are coming back as well. They made the switch, you see. Michelle Nunes coming in now, and she'll be acting as a third midfielder, where Louise Monaghan is the corner forward.
Laura Fleming, sorry to cut across, opportunity here for Laura Fleming. Let's see what she can do with this one. Has the ball at the edge of the D. Who's running off the shoulder? It's Niamh Feeney. Roscommon need a score. Niamh Feeney shoots and shoots wide. You were just saying there that some of the switches that Longford have made that have contributed to bringing them back into this game. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I suppose Louise had done well in the first and a half enough, but I suppose after bringing in Sinead Sarah Shannon, huge drive. As a result, the five of the top four, the Longford forwards, are getting on the ball and really penetrating, while they're bringing back Aisling Cosgrove to half back as tightened defence. and Noonan is the third midfielder coming in to give it a help out with the defensive role.
3 goals and 11 for Longford, 3 goals and 9 for Roscommon as the scoreboard reads there at the moment. It's certainly all close, all to play for, and we're going to be in for a very nervy finish here for both sets of supporters. 27 minutes and 23 seconds gone in the second half, and both management teams are now just trying to get some messages into the players at this stage, some medical personnel coming in as well, just trying to make sure that everybody is going to be okay to see out the final few minutes of this game. It's been one hell of an encounter. There's no such thing as a dead rubber in the TG4 All-Ireland Ladies Intermediate Championship, especially when two neighbouring counties go head-to-head. Mairead Reynolds for Longford setting the ball up again here for another Longfordians attack as they bring the ball inside with Emer Heaney. Kicks a dangerous one in over the top once more. Now they have it again here, Longford. 14 metres out from the goal. It's Shannon, it's the full forward. The keeper gets a hand to it. Oh, and it was dangerously close to the line. But I think the hand that Helena Cummins got to it just did enough. And it was overcarried in any case, and it's going to be a free out. More high drama.
yeah, Sarah Shannon was on the back of that run again.
Yeah, she has made a world of a difference. It's coming into the Longford team there in the second half. The referee has spotted another push inside. That's going to be a free for Longford. More opportunities now for them to continue the attack. Michelle Noonan, the girl from Carrick Edmond, as you mentioned, who has come in there, has certainly made another difference as well. Longford subs, the Longford bench has been used very, very wisely today.
Yeah, I see Noonan now. She's picking up. That's
got into her. Yeah,
right.
Michelle Farrell is in there as well. Here's Sarah Shannon again. Sarah Shannon managing to transfer that ball back outside her. Emer Heaney has been magnificent from start to finish. Longford flooding players forward now. Mairead victory. Maybe they can sense victory at this stage. Emer Heaney. That's back out again there towards Ciara Mulligan. Time not on Roscommon's side. Farrell, Longford with the win behind them. Another score coming, the insurance one. It's Mairead Reynolds moving forward, loses the ball at precisely the wrong moment. It's come back out here for Claude Lohan, the centre half forward. Can't get any distance in the shot. Still they have it. Still they're lining up. Here's the opportunity. Ball played forward by Ciara Mulligan. Over there to the far side it goes. Over towards Emer Heaney. Cute angle. Comes back into Sarah Shannon. Longford 2 points to the good. Time ticking towards the last 30 seconds of normal time. Ball switched right across to Michelle Fanning again.
Farrell.
Well, Michelle Farrell inside the 45-metre line. Can they get the ball back out here to Claire Farrell? Another score line's coming in shortly from some of the other games as well. Claire in action today too. Another match that we're keeping an eye on to see who the eventual teams will be playing, who the winners and the losers will be playing from this particular sector. Michelle Farrell going forward, cutting in. Michelle Farrell, this could seal it. It looks good from here, and Michelle Farrell has found the target again. Wonderful point to cap off a wonderful display from her, and it's Longford who lead 12 to 3-9. They're 3 points good, and we're gone into injury time.
Yeah, it's a great performance here for Longford in the second half. Had a mistake earlier on. Louise Monaghan was stuck in the mix of it there, helping to swirl around the ball, and I thought she was off earlier. But it was Sorka Dawson, a corner back, that was taken off, and that left Monaghan to continue to drive the forward line up forward.
Well, Sarah Shannon has pumped that one and it's gone over the sideline on the far side of the field. Rachel Fitzmaurice is there. Can Roscommon muster up something here? Rachel Brady deep in her own half of the field. We're into injury time, but Roscommon are trailing here by 3 points. A team that suffered a heartbreaking defeat in the Connacht final against Leitrim. They will be going forward to the quarter-finals of the All-Ireland Championship, but certainly not going into the game maybe the way they would have liked. Longford really building up momentum now. A win against Kildare, and it seems as if there's going to be a victory here for them against Roscommon, unless something changes dramatically in the closing stages. Claire Farrell has played that ball forward. Longford do well to retain it, and here's Claire Farrell again, just outside the 45-metre line. There's a little bit of game management going on here already from the Longford ladies as they try and play down the clock. Back out to Katie Crawford. Just see the encouragement that's been issued in from the sideline. You can really see what this game means to these teams and how it could impact their chances in the intermediate championship going forward into the knockout stages of the competition. Mairead Reynolds in possession. Down it goes again there, but out there was Rachel Brady to win it for Roscommon. Trying to go forward, was being fouled. Wasn't going to really make any headway, but Longford will be quite happy to give away a freeze like that in that sector of the field.
Yeah, I suppose it's key now to hold on possession. Probably was really only maybe one injury, so he may play up to 2 minutes of injury time. So
Yeah, easily could be, and of course you have to take into consideration the time for the substitutions that took place as well, and all adding into the extra time or injury time that the referee is going to add on. That's a yellow card for Mairead Reynolds, so she's going to see out the remainder of the game in the sin bin. But our team are 3 points up, if not a player down now at this stage, and Roscommon are deep in their own half of the field.
Yeah, not sure what happened there with Mairead Reynolds, but
I think it was just a little pullback. I think that's why he probably maybe looked at maybe persistent fouling had just crept into it a little bit. Here come Roscommon, here comes Roisin Wynn, just on their own 45-metre line. Hasn't really been a great weekend for Roscommon GAA teams with the defeat of the men's team in Croke Park yesterday against the Banner County. Ball played forward here towards Jenny Higgins. Is there going to be a late sting in the tail of this one? Laura Fleming chasing after it, their midfielder, but Longford do well to cut it out, much again to the delight of the home team, and that was their corner back there. Shauna McCormick made another telling interception, and again she's been brought in, and it's going back to that point that I made. The players that Longford have brought in off the bench here have made a real impact. Yeah,
I suppose when you compare them to Roscommon have made their substitutions, but the four that Roscommon Longford have made have really turned the game, and whatever was said at half-time, they knew that, as I said earlier, no Longford lady, including all these girls on this panel that have worked hard, and they won't want to lose to your neighbour. You'll give your best shot. So look at the tide has turned for them, but their performance in the second half has been outstanding, and especially from their half-back line and the midfield. Midfielder in control in the second half. Fleming was all over us in the first half, but really only got 2 chances there in the second half.
Well, if you go out around maybe the Lanesborough, Tarman, Barry area, that's one particular area where the rivalry will be most intense.
Right on the bridge.
Right on the bridge.
But anyway, yes,
that's what the bragging rights would be.
And 3.5 minutes into injury time, so there mightn't be much more now.
You can't really imagine, not too much more. Longford are a long way towards securing the victory, it seems, have gone a long way towards securing the victory here at this stage now. 3 goals and 12 to 3 goals and 9, and those 4 minutes of additional time have ticked by now at this stage.
Roscommon will be
I'm just concerned for that player that's injured.
Seems to be a head injury.
Let's see if we can get some more scores shortly, maybe from across the country as well. And again, as we mentioned, a massive day. Yeah, it's Laura Fleming. When she's been in the war, she suffered what we thought was a cramp a little bit earlier on. Obviously seems to be a little bit almost concussed after, or shaken to say the least, after that last particular incident. And I think, as you can see from what the referee is pointing out there as well, it might have been maybe somewhat of a collision of the head, and that's always an area that they're not going to want to take any chances of. And as a result of that, the medical team going in, and I think it looks to the world as if she's groggy and concussed, I think, coming off the field a little bit there.
Yeah, but she had a fine game. Just in the second half there, in the last 15 minutes or so, Longford have topped it with 2 fine points from play from Fleming, wonderful performance, and held the ship at midfield for Roscommon.
Yeah, St. Kieran's player coming off. We wish her a speedy recovery. The Roscommon captain, hopefully she'll be back and fully recovered come quarter-final stages. The championship really certainly heading towards what's going to be a very, very exciting conclusion indeed here towards the end of the 2022 TG4 All-Ireland Ladies Intermediate Championship. How much more time here? Is there going to be another opportunity for Roscommon, or will Longford now be able to see the deal out at this stage? Katie Crawford has played well, particularly when they were under real pressure at stages in the second half. Longford now looking to see it out. Roscommon will have to try and overturn possession. That's back to Crawford again. Always looks comfortable, always looks composed on the ball. Clodagh Lohan has been another hero for Longford today, as well as really played well for them. Katie Crawford again brings it forward, and there goes the full-time whistle, and Longford have won the game. It's a victory for Longford. They are going to advance as group winners here on a full-time scoreline of 3 goals and 12 to 3 goals and 9. It was a real, I suppose, battle of desire in the second half. Longford overturned the deficit, aided and abetted, as we mentioned, by that whirlwind start at the start of the second half when they got those goals, and really from there that gave them the launch pad for them to go on and win the match.
Yes, they got the better run on it. Like, I suppose when Longford came out and scored 2-8 to Roscommon's 1-2, and that's the difference in the second half. Roscommon were, like, I suppose, just got the goal just before half time. Looked like that was going to edge them after Longford being in control, Roscommon being in control for probably 3/4 of the first half. But Roscommon finishing at 1-2 in the second, or 1-2, yeah. But fine performances for Roscommon throughout, but really and truly the four substitutes that came in for Longford were a huge difference.
Yeah, the impact that they made, absolutely crucial. Mary, a pleasure to work with you on this game. Thank you so much indeed for your company and analysis right throughout the course of the day. It was a difficult day for our outside broadcast crew here with the wind and the rain in Glennon Brothers Pearse Park. James Conlon was on camera. As always, our producer and director was Rory O'Brien, who kept everything going behind the scenes despite the conditions. And from myself, John Lynch, on commentary. Thanks indeed for watching. We'll talk to you soon again. It's Longford who emerge here with the bragging rights and the 3 championship points. They'll go forward as group winners. Roscommon still involved in the competition as well. They'll be playing in the quarterfinals. From all of us in Glennon Brothers Pearse Park, goodbye and God bless.